Rising gods and goddesses, we are on Saga 4 of Intimate with TomBoi, the Black Rico Suave. The song we opened up with today is called Grown and Sexy. It's off of the Grown and Sexy project. And that song is just dealing with healing from trauma and, dealing with relationships where you either ignore the red flags, and just basically just getting grown, getting sexy, and moving on. I felt this was definitely a subject that we needed to touch on. With me being out here and dating and going through the ups and downs of dating, I'm just seeing how either trauma that I've dealt with from past relationships or people that I'm talking with and the trauma that they've dealt with past relationships, it definitely gives you an insight of how people can get triggered or just the small things. And so I think I wanted to get real intimate with y'all on this saga, and we was gonna touch up on that. With the Grown and Sexy song, I kept it really brief, with this one. I said things like 80/20, and heal, and I said how I went through, trauma. But I didn't really get as detailed as I did with like other songs, from other projects, like, where I really kind of went into a little bit of my trauma, like with Dog Ass Woman and Bitches Ain't Shit, and I'll play like a little brief things of those songs so y'all can kind of understand the 80/20 and all that, and I'll explain that a little bit more. So we're gonna get into this track called Dog Ass Woman. It was on the Elevation project. And I know it's kind of weird for me to have a song like that on there, but it was at a time where I felt like I was moving in a different direction, and I wanted to speak on my trauma that I had dealt with from my previous relationship. And I felt like, I needed to explain, why I went through what I went through. I wanted to explain that I ignored red flags, even though I was told like, hey, I'm trying to heal this and this. And I thought that I could be that hospital for this particular ex. And one thing I'm going to tell y'all is you can't be a hospital. People do have to heal on their own, and you have to pay attention to the red flags. And a lot of times we ignore them because we think, hey, we can either fix it or things will get better, And so I'm going to play a little bit of Dog Ass Woman for y'all. It's kind of weird that this was on the Elevation project, because that whole project, if any of y'all heard it, it was just like just like I'm in love, I'm elevating, I'm moving on, inspired by, a certain particular girl, I just talked about a lot about love on that. So, but that was like probably one of the most, I would say, trauma-based songs on there. Just check it out.
Crazy how I done everything and anything to please you. I was under your spell, thinking of trust, yeah. I breathed you, but shit to the side just to fucking see you. Even share the spotlight, formed a group so I could keep you. You told me about your past and how relationships wouldn't last. You told me you were broken and needed to heal. We would fuck, smoke, and chill, but you have kept it real. I ignored all the red flags, yet I still fuck the dog ass woman who had dog ass niggas. I said bitches ain't shit, but I'm attracted these chicks. So my mind had to elevate. I fucked that dog ass woman who had dog ass niggas. I said bitches ain't shit, but I'm attracting these chicks. So my mind had to elevate. You got me saying
So the title of that song again was called Dog Ass Woman, and that was off the Elevation album. And I figured I'd talk about trauma because, like I said, I'm dating right now, and like I said, when you dating, you really just see like how past trauma it affects you when you are trying to move on, and healing is very important. So I figured for this saga of intimate with TomBoi, Black Rico Suave, we'll talk about trauma. We'll get personal, and I felt like opening it up with Grown and Sexy was the best way to get into that. One thing I will say of going on my journey of healing and moving forward and dating and learning new women and personalities, and I'm in the West Coast. I'm originally from the Midwest, so I'm dealing with culture differences as well. But you know what? It's just interesting because it puts you in that spectrum of getting to like learn and observe and really just know yourself even more, what you want, what you allow, what you don't allow. And that's one piece of advice that I would give out. Like, that 80/20 rule is really important. And that's why I started out the Grown and Sexy project saying I'll pick that 80/20. Because a lot of times we'll go for that 20%. And usually that 20%, and I'm going to just say what that 20% usually comes down to. It comes down to sex and usually looks. You know what I'm saying? And when I say looks, I mean like you think like, oh, this is my dream and I ain't girl or my, whatever. And it ain't going to get no better than this. And when you pick that 20% versus that 80 of what you really just need, which is like, whether it's love, affection, companionship, somebody to build with, a lot of times you'll end up gaining more trauma because you went with that 20% versus going with the 80. And so when I opened it up with Grown and Sexy, saying I'll pick that 80/20, I really mean that, because that 80% is way more important than that 20. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me for this fourth saga of Intimate with TomBoi, the Black Rico Suave. I hope this segment definitely put another perspective in people's minds. I hope y'all enjoyed it, talking about trauma and everything. I know usually I have my songs about love making and sex, y'all know me. But I wanted to touch a little bit on heartbreak and trauma this segment. And so I ain't gonna keep y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. And I'll see y'all next week. Alright? Love, peace, light, abundance, and prosperity. Gods and goddesses.
Heal, heal, child, just heal. Then move on, then move strong. Yeah, move on, then move strong. Learn what you like. Learn what you need. Learn all your boundaries. Learn everything. It's time to get grown. It's sexy. It's time to get grown. It's sexy. It's time to get grown. Child.